guys, it's Brittany and welcome back to my channel, or if you're brand new, then make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on your bell so you will be notified every single time that I upload. And also guys, I just launched my brand new merch, which says, if I'm ever possessed, film it. Super cute, super relatable, right? Definitely check it out. Now, today's video, a little bit of a controversial topic, but it's what I love to talk about. Demons, Zozo, why you should never say a demon's name out loud. And here's why. I mean, this has been going on for so freaking long. And I'm not just talking about Zozo, who is probably the most famous Ouija board demon. That's usually where people have contacted him, or so they claim to have contacted him, is through a Ouija board. But there's many other claims out there from, you know, different people who say that they say different names of different demons and weird shit happens to them. Maybe they're watching a Hollywood movie where an actual real name of a demonic entity is mentioned, and then the person watching decides to try it out for themselves and to say it out loud. That's why there's some warnings before movies, like, you know, don't watch this, or watch this at your own risk, don't do this, don't say this. They give those warnings, which, you know, I think is good, but at the same time, I think a lot of it, you know, with Hollywood movies, especially with horror movies, they want to, you know, suck you in and make it really creepy because it's a horror movie and stuff, so I get it, obviously. Or they'll say that this film is cursed, which actually leads me to another video topic that we will be getting into that involves The Conjuring 3 and what people have been experiencing after watching that movie and what cast members have experienced as well, which I think is very interesting. But you know, that will be like a part 2 of this video. But going back to saying a demon's name out loud, should you do it or not? For your guys' sake, I wouldn't. Would I? Yes, because I have before, many times, and nothing's happened. But that gets me into, you know, other people who have said demons' names out loud, and they say that nothing happens, and then something does. Maybe they'll wake up with scratches, they'll wake up with bruises. Could be a succubus demon as well if you're having those dreams. I do have a video about that if you definitely want to check that out. It's a very fascinating topic, that one. Very fascinating, but it's really probably the most effed up topic amongst the paranormal. So watch at your own risk, but it's very, succubus and incubus demons are a lot more common than you think. You know, I've come across many experiences of people that have said demonic entity names out loud numerous times, and like I said, they could wake up with bruises or scratch marks. Maybe they see a black figure at the corner of their eye, and when they look, nothing is there. They'll hear noises. Maybe they think they see something flashing in front of them, and then it disappears. They see lights flickering, tables or chairs stacked up on top of each other, flies. You may smell that odor that is very common within demonic possession, demonic entities manifesting into your home. Now, I do believe that demons are always listening. I believe the paranormal world is always listening. The spirit world is always listening. It doesn't have to be 3 a.m. It doesn't matter what you are calling out. Someone or something will hear you. And that's what I always say in my investigations, or if I'm doing a ritual, like whatever, I always try to put that warning, is you gotta be cautious. Like, I know I have so much fun on my channel, but at the same time, you gotta be cautious, because it's all fun and games until something does happen, even though that's what I want. But like we all know, I'm psychotic. It doesn't matter if it's not 3 a.m., even though that is the witching hour, the devil's hour, 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. or 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. I say 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. is when it's at its thinnest. The veil between our world and the spirit world is at its thinnest, and that's when, you know, when you're doing ghost hunts and stuff, that is when you should be investigating, because like I said, it's at its thinnest, and that's when you'll get more experiences. Maybe. It's not, you know, the paranormal is not on cue. But I do believe if you're going to call out to a demon, doesn't have to be a demon, but since that is the video topic, this goes for anything in the paranormal, even just a regular spirit. If you're calling out to them and inviting them in, then yes, you are giving them access. You are giving them permission to come in. So that's all on you. And even when you are calling a spirit in, you don't know for sure if that's an actual nice, friendly spirit. You know what I mean? Like, you can't confirm that. Yeah, if you're at some place and the spirit's name is Sally or Bob or whatever, Bill, and they're saying that they're Bob or they're Bill or, you know, Sally, you know, I don't know if that's just how my brain works, but you still can't really confirm it. They are just saying that's who they are. Maybe they're not, you know? There's always that what if. What if it is an actual demonic entity disguising themselves as this other spirit, which a lot of them do. Demons are very sneaky. And with the Zozo demon, you know, he is the one who is the most famous with the Ouija board, and many people have claimed to have come in contact with him. Honestly, for me, the Ouija board doesn't do it for me. I love Ouija boards. I have a Ouija board right here on my table, a part of my set. I actually have like 4 Ouija boards in total. I love the way they look. I love collecting Ouija boards, but using them on investigations or just, you know, during a ritual or whatever, it just doesn't do it for me. For a Ouija board to blow me away, the planchette has to move on its own with nobody actually touching it, and it's just like going crazy around the room, you know what I mean? I think when everyone has their hands on it and it's moving, like, you don't know if it's this person or that person, or if it's even you. Like, you don't know, you know what I mean? So it just doesn't really do it for me because there's no evidence there. Like, it could be anybody. Now, I totally believe that people who have used the Ouija board and their hands are actually on the planchette and it's moving. Yes, I do believe there's experiences of people who have experienced that, and they are 100% being honest. Like, it's not me moving it. I do believe in that, but it's just not my favorite tool to use. Many times when Zozo makes his presence known through the Ouija board, he appears as a regular spirit. He's friendly, he's nice. And that kind of gets to what I was saying earlier about demons being very sneaky and how they want to gain your trust. They want you to invite them in. Like, they're waiting for you to open the door for them to come in. So maybe they'll act like an innocent, you know, little girl, little boy spirit. Look at the Annabelle story, right? They thought, the original owners of the Annabelle doll thought that there was a little girl named Annabelle that was attached to the doll, and then it was the demon because it was disguising itself as something innocent. Because when we see something innocent, we're like, oh, you know, oh my god. And they almost want you to feel sorry for them, especially if they're talking to you and telling you this story and like how they died. And you know, it's just, it's sad, and it makes you, I got chills thinking about this. I don't know why, but you gotta be careful. And that's when I say, like, even if you really are talking to a little girl spirit, like, how do you know for sure? And you're inviting that little girl spirit in. Like, you could have a psychic medium with you, but like, still. Ouija boards have such a bad reputation, and a lot of it has to do with horror movies in Hollywood and also Zozo. Like, so many people are terrified of the Ouija board. I know people in real life, like, when they've seen my set and my Ouija board, like they get all freaked out, like, and I totally respect that. I respect people who want nothing to do with Ouija boards. It's fine. Just like if you don't believe in the paranormal, like, that's cool, you know, like, we can still be friends. I'm not gonna shun you and be like, how dare you. So a lot of people are scared to go near Ouija boards because they think the minute that they put their hands on that planchette, all these demons are gonna come out, which it could happen, you know. There's some really crazy, terrifying, true stories of Ouija boards that people have experienced. And a lot of them are super similar, but the way that the spirit always appears super nice in the beginning, you gotta be kind of skeptic of that. If it's super nice to you and, you know, trying to gain your trust, like it's giving you these specific answers and maybe it's asking you these specific questions to make it seem innocent, you really gotta pay attention to stuff like that if that is happening to you. Because it could be a spirit that really genuinely wants your help, or it's a demon that is feeding off of your energy and it's like, oh, this is my way in, this is my way in, like, you know what I mean? The main warning sign that you are in contact with Zozo through the Ouija board is if the planchette is going back and forth like crazy. Like, no normal spirit is gonna make it do that. You're not gonna feel threatened by a normal spirit, but like I said, they're very sneaky and they come in acting all innocent when really they're not, and then they turn on you. And you know, of course, when it's doing this movement, well, you guys know what I mean with the planchette. So I actually have a planchette right here, and it's going like this, and it's going to Z-O, Z-O, and it's going like super fast and like flies, you know, like what you see in the movies. That is a huge warning sign that you are talking to Zozo. I believe a lot of it has to do with your intuition, what you are feeling. If you are getting a bad feeling, a bad vibe, you're feeling uneasy, you're feeling sick, you're feeling lightheaded, that's not good. That's not good. You gotta listen to yourself more. Trust yourself. We are all energy. We feel everything. We feel energy. We feel vibes. You know what I mean? Like, you know when you're walking into a room where you're meeting a person and right off the bat you get a certain vibe? You know if it's a good vibe or a bad vibe, and if it's a bad vibe, you feel like, I need to get away. We do that with people all the time. So you gotta use that when you are communicating with the spirit world. Now, of course, if you are dealing with the planchette, let me grab it again, going like this, Z-O-Z-O, even though that is absolutely terrifying in the moment when that is happening, I'd be like, oh my God, let's film it, let's get it on camera, obviously, but never show fear. Never show fear. Even if you have that fear going on the inside, never show it on the outside. Always just have a neutral face. That is actually what Chip Coffey told me many years ago. He told me never show fear, and it's always stayed with me. And I've always been kind of fearless. Not kind of, I am fearless with the paranormal. I get freaked out sometimes, but it's not gonna stop me, you know? But yeah, I think that's super important. So whether you're dealing with a demonic entity or somewhere more neutral or good, just never show fear. But if you do show fear, they feed off of that and they'll come in more. So actually, that just gave me an idea for something. A new series, perhaps, where I act like I'm scared constantly. You want to make sure to always remember when you're closing your Ouija board session, always put the planchette on goodbye, and also say it out loud. You don't have to, but I recommend. I would say goodbye. You're closing the session. It's over with, you know? So if that's happening with Zozo, go to goodbye as well, as fast as you can, if you can think about that. But I definitely believe they're always listening, whether it's a demon or a regular spirit. And if you are calling on them, they hear that. It's up to them if they want to come through. Really, that's just how it is. So be mindful of that. Just always remember, you know, because you don't know what can come through. And it can be hard to get rid of. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, you rock my world, and the song lyrics Michael Jackson. Hashtag team Pretty44. Hashtag 4 friends. Hey. And I will see you guys in my next video.